Rakesh Gupta, Senior Vice President and Group Head Taxation from RPG Group. Please welcome him on stage with a huge round of applause.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. And thank you, UBS, for having me here. So since morning, can you see the change which we can realize actually? And the major thing which we are talking today is tax data and technology. We are not talking about jargons of the tax laws. We are not talking about the interpretation of the laws actually. I think this is my sixth session from morning, and what we are talking barring one session all about the technology, data, technologies, how do we manage our tax function, how do we become more future ready. In the same sequence, let's discuss about tax data analytics. Most of my work is already done by my earlier speakers. Rahul has spoken about a lot of tools which is being used. Malay has spoken about some of the technological aspect and how the tax management is changing. So let's quickly see that what is the significance of data analytics. And when we talk about the tax data actually, what do we mean by tax data actually? So it is all data with whom we deal on day-to-day basis. Those are the data which is challenged by the tax department, data which are thrown to us by the tax department, and the data which we need to show them to defend our positions. Maybe it your tax financial transaction, maybe your advanced tax data, maybe your provision for taxation, maybe your GST data, maybe your transfer pricing benchmark studies, and so forth. So why that? What is the significance of the data analytics? Digital innovation, I think since morning we are hearing about that, how the digital innovation is taking shape in the tax compliances. Shaping the future, this is the way we are shaping ourselves in the tax compliance, in the tax management and tax planning. Significance, competitive advantage, definitely through the data, you are ahead of the curve. Unlocking insights, improved efficiency, I think this is the major thrust for the enhancing the efficiency of the tax function through the data analytics. And technology driven tax ecosystem, which we have been discussing since morning. So how the tax has changed actually, I think as on date government is much ahead on the use of technology than the taxpayers actually. The kind of tax technology they are using, kind of AI they are using, kind of data systems they are using, it is quite sophisticated, and the way that they are throwing data on us is quite significant actually. And sometimes it's amazing, means like just give you an example is sometime back we received a notice that your goods moved from one place to another, that is from place A to place B, and in between there are 4 toll nakas, but your goods has not moved out of one toll naka actually. It means that goods has not reached to the destination where it was supposed to be reached. So it means you are doing some tax evasion on the GST, and your place of supply is not correct. So this kind of data, which is not even, you can't even imagine this kind of data can be thrown on you, and you have to justify your transactions. So we know the data integration and big data, data collection from various financial institutions, banks, various government departments. You know that all these authorities are working in sync with each other. A lot of that data they are getting from the banks. There is a systematic retrieval of data for the suspectful transactions. Risk-based taxpayer profiling, based on their behavior, based on their pattern, based on the history. So most of the scrutiny notices which you are getting today is not based on the position which you have taken, based on the behavior which you have shown actually, and what is your pattern of your data actually, and the data which they are collecting from the various sources. AI and ML algorithm, as we know that how they are suspicious transaction and are getting flagged through use of the sophisticated AI and ML algorithms. Automated assessment and e-assessment, which is all your assessment which are more emphasis on the analysis of data rather than on your tax positions actually, which there are you know that when this GST audit people come, they come with the technology people. They don't want, they just will ask that you come and give your SAP access to us actually. Whatever we need to do, we'll do it at our end. We don't want any kind of data, you just give the access to us, and whatever the information we want to retrieve from your system, we'll retrieve it actually. So we have reached to that situation. GST data analysis, which we have already spoken about, the real-time monitoring, audit and detection of the fraud cases. The whole this circular trading transaction actually, how it is being tracked actually, it is all based on the data analytics which is used by the tax functions. E-filing and automation, you know that all of the filings has become automated. They just talk about pre-filled return, automated return, data locking and everything. Blockchain is being widely used by the tax function for the fraud detection and fraud preventions. Tracking high value transaction, cash deposit, buy, sell property, foreign trips, all those kind of things. You must have read the newspaper recently that thousands of the notices which has been issued to the taxpayers for the wrong claim of the deduction, mainly on the political contribution, which is a much talking point as on date, and all these has been come through the data analytics by the tax function. Predictive analysis for the audit selection, as we already spoken that most of your selection of the cases for the scrutiny is based on the data analytics and based on that your behavior and pattern of the transactions. So tax function, that whole mindset is getting changed actually. If you look at that, what we have been doing actually, I mean tax profession in the last 25, almost 25 years, I think the time has completely changed actually. We are more focused on the technology, we are more focused on the data analytics, we are more focused on what can be done and what can come to us actually, and how we get ourselves prepared for that. So at hindsight means like in past we were more on the postmortem kind of thing, that as and when some query comes on that, we used to dig into the data and we used to find what was done and how it was done and who has done that actually. Okay, so it was means like event which has already occurred, why did we perform this way? That was a major thrust area. From hindsight we move to insight actually, now using the past data, because past data though is a very significant based on the data which is already there. We correlate with the current events and we analyze how we are doing actually. Now coming to the this is the trend actually. This is a foresight that based on the past data, past project, future, how we will perform actually. I think entire trend is changing based on the doing the postmortem activity. We are more on the proactiveness, on the what can come on us, and how we make ourselves prepared for that. So, what is the critical role of the tax data analytics? Is I will go quickly, I think, because most of the things has already been spoken about in the earlier session. It is a predictive analysis for the forecasting, risk management. All your tax risk management is has to be linked with your data analytics. Accuracy and efficiency, without the tax technology, tax data analytics, I think it is very impossible to achieve that accuracy and efficiency and 100% compliances. Business strategies, so whatever the decision which is, now I think tax function is more on the, not on the compliance focus, but it is a, they are the strategic partner for the business decisions actually. So all your major decision which is where we have to tax function has to play a very significant role in business strategies. It is not only compliance and litigation management as on date. Decision making which we have already spoken, and enhanced compliance monitoring which is need of the hour based on the tax technologies. So what are the best practices for data governance and validation? We'll quickly look at that. Data governance and validations. How we should manage our data. Data should be, there should be accuracy in the data. There should be consistency. Whatever the data which you are using for the different purpose, whether you are using the data for your transfer pricing analysis, where your customs, where your income tax, your GST, all data should be in sync with each other actually. You can't have the data which you are give something to the bank, you give something else to the customs, you give something else to the GST and give something else to the income tax office actually. Or you use something else to the for your transfer pricing studies actually. So all data has to be consistent and in sync with each other, because the way data matching tools are being used, it may be through a serious problem with the data are not consistent with each other. Data security is quite significant, how you ensure that all the data is fully secured, there is no risk of data hack actually. You know that in your GST system, in your GST and all your major information, whether it is your purchase information, your vendors information, your suppliers data, your customers data, your sales data, everything, your rates and everything is available on the system. How it is critical to secure the data, how frequently you are changing your password, how you are securing, what is the SOPs you are maintaining, what are the what are policies you are maintaining for the securing the tax information which is in your possession. Data should be reliable. There is no doubt about data should be complete. It should not be something which is incomplete data can be real challenge actually. Data should be accessible across the system, whatever the system which you are using it for the different compliance purpose. Your data should be real-time availability. I think in the earlier session it was spoken that the kind of time which is available actually for any information which is being asked, you have to be always ready with the data actually. And once you are ready with the data, your confidence level is completely different actually. As and when the tax officer comes to your premises, you can't have the situation that you make them waiting for the hours and days to deliver the data. When they come, they want you to deliver the data immediately actually. And as you delay the delivery data to them, the suspicion goes higher on that there is something wrong with them, so they are not able to give us the information. So I think whatever the data which we deal should be available on the real time, and sensitivity analysis is quite important. So let's see some of the best practices for the data management. I think as we have already spoken about ownership and access of the rights, you have to have a complete data maintenance policy and SOPs about the ownership and access of the data, access of the information, who is having those information and who is having the rights to access those information, and how you are securing your data. The quality standard of the data is quite important actually. You can't have the means like situation when the data is not accurate and quality of data is not something which you can rely upon. The validation process data, which is whatever the data which you are retrieving from your system, it is thoroughly validated. Data security and privacy, regular updates and audit, you have to keep on checking, keep on updating your system with the time changes or with the rules changes. Cross-checking with the multiple sources, automated validation rules, lot of tools which is available as on date, how effectively we are using those tools. Predefined format like data must be in DD, whatever format, and there are some mandatory field which has to be there in your data systems. Some of the examples. OEC data, global data exchange protocol, you know that how that international globally the data is being used and which can protect you or which can play against you actually. Your all data information which you filed in the transfer pricing front. Okay. Central data repository, which is your PAN, your GSTN, your Aadhaar PAN linking and everything. Okay. I don't know how many of you know that there is a specific tax in the revenue department. There is a specific commissionerate for the data analytics who keep on analyzing the data and throwing the information to the tax officers to scrutinize further. Digitization, we have already spoken, means like this is that there are various tools which is robotic process, RPAs, Power BI, cloud-based solutions, AI machine learning, which can be helpful for managing your humongous data which we deal on day-to-day basis. So, automation of repetitive and routine tasks, your various reconciliation, which is few of the examples is your 26 years reconciliation, your 3 to be reconciliation, your reconciliations for e-way bill reconciliation, your whatever the e-invoicing reconciliation and number of time reconciliation you have to maintain these days, and this is something which are very crucial. Litigation management tool which Rahul spoke in length, how can as on date you are registered, it is not like centralized registration where you have to deal with one registration. In fact, if you are registered in all the states, it is not like one company you are managing the each and 26 or 28 companies put together, and on top of that there may be subsidiary, there may be other associate with which are additionally registered. So, and you are getting notices and assessment, scrutiny, investigation from the various sources. It is humanly impossible to track each and every litigation as on date, what is going at what place actually. Sitting at central place, it is very important that we implement some of the digital tool to track your litigation, whether reply has been filed timely, whether appeal has been filed timely, whether hearings has been attended timely actually. Pre-filled return, as you know that the way we are getting the income tax return, which is almost pre-filled, all your information, all your income related information, your dividend information, your interest income information, your sales information, your procurement information, everything is almost readily available, and you have to reconcile what it is reported in the pre-filled return, it is matching with your internal system. GST returns, I think, which is already on the card. IMS is hugely spoken subject. Once the IMS is implemented, I don't know that the way we are managing our GST it will completely change. Clause 34, clause 44, all those information which has to be collated, which has to be presented for the tax audit. This is another example of the use of technology and digitization. So, embracing the tax technology for the future. we have seen that how the government is using the technology for integrating tax systems. Future-ready tax function, embarrassing digital solution will optimize tax operation, enhance compliances, and drive efficiencies. I think it's a time for taking action today, transforming force with the offer, think big, smart, start small and act fast. So final thought, I think indispensable tool, continuous investment in technology, stay ahead in the ever evolving tax landscape to ensure the long term success. I think that's all from me.
Thank you, Rakesh, sir.
Thank you.